realms define consciousness. Mastering consciousness is realizing that there are other realms that require its unique, customized consciousness. The Bible speaks of the mind of Christ. 90% of the times when the Bible speaks of the mind, the Bible is referring to consciousness. The mind is the institution of consciousness. See that? What's the consciousness of the human body? The sight, the touch, the five senses. I can touch something now and tell exactly what it is. If you've trained your sensory organs, touch can give you an awareness of something. Text can tell you what food you're eating. If I give you Coke and you drink Coke, you'll be say this is Coke. You know what? Because your consciousness of your body has been tuned. You've tuned your consciousness by virtue of experience, by virtue of knowledge. All right, so you can tell that something is black, something is white, something is yellow, something is green, and something is some kind of something. You know what? Because you went to school. So the capacity to educate yourself and to come into the awareness of a certain consciousness depends on the seven spirits of God. So you are an ability to develop. You are an ability to know. But these abilities can be optimized. This ability can be increased. These abilities can be tuned if you come under the tutelage of spirit knowledge. In every realm, there are teachers of that dimension. In every dimension, for instance, the language of God for professors in other realms are not the human language that we know today. So that's why we need to begin to understand the terminologies that God uses and the human terminology. And that's why the scriptures have been over-rewritten so much, over-preserved, that each generation, each dispensation, they translated based on their own understanding, based on their own culture and mental comprehension. So over the years, the scriptures has been translated into different languages, into different ways in order to communicate understanding. But if we are to go back to the language of the Spirit and understand the original language of God, suddenly you realize that when God speaks of creatures of different realms, he called them trees. Even in the Bible, in the book of Psalms, the Bible likens trees to a man. So in the Garden of Eden, we're custodians of truths of God. They were called the trees in the garden. Say, eat from the tree. But don't listen to one tree. This particular tree will teach you to go against my word. And when you obey his instructions, you will die. Adam, there are amazing realities that are locked up in this garden. But each of these trees in this garden are gates into these realities. So you would have to sit under these creatures who are custodians of these dimensions, of different versions of my essence. Lepeta henima shavato retia grefranena shaza nefidash kramena evalahido eshisiniada vene ekuzazada a karadabanatisha a croperadas elevada. So there are trees of different consciousness. There are teachers of different realms, and there are dimensions of God that have custodians who keep and gate the scrolls, that when eaten, when understood, when laid hold on, suddenly you will activate consciousness of those realms and dimensions. So man is an ability that when educated evolves. So you can hybrid, you can upgrade the hybridization of humanity through knowledge. Knowledge is what activates and increases our consciousness to be able to tap into greater knowing, greater awareness, greater benefits that are within us. I am a governor in the second heaven by default of my creation. Your current human intelligence is not yours, it's stolen. Because of your capacity in the spirit realm, you came upon the earth and took the position. You learned from the trees of the earth and began to govern other creation that should have been in your mental, intellectual capacity. You stole the intelligence of animals. What you are operating with currently is zero to your capacity as a creature of God in the image of Yeshua. That's why there's never a way out of certain diseases, because the intelligence that we are currently under is so limited. Is that of the animal that requires our captain, our governorship, our influence on other creation to exceed the limitation of this intelligence. I'm not sure if you're getting that point. Some things that you cannot get scientifically or medically, you now require man in second heaven to help. Getting that now? Because creations that are here on earth ought to depend on the dominion mandate of mankind to exceed their limitations. And then creations in the second heaven ought to depend on God to exceed the limitations of the garden. You got that? Yes. So it is an interwoven dimensions that were created to be dependent. So there is nothing we cannot do for animals that are here on earth. So the impossibility that is within the earthly jurisdiction is absolutely possible within the capacity of abilities that mankind carries.
Thank you for watching this broadcast. We trust that you've been blessed by the man of God's teaching. For more teachings on immortality, sonship, and incorruption, visit www.pastorjohndigitalmedia.com.